Going on, everybody, it's the SLAP Train. Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Assetto Corsa is back finally on the PC with some more mods for today, and we're actually going to be taking a look at a car that I recently just drove in Palm Springs, California at the Michelin Pilot Experience, and that's the BMW M4, man. We actually got to drive this on the thermal track. I did about 6 to 7 laps. I can't really remember exactly, but it was a fun time, man. I absolutely had a blast and really put me in the mindset of almost buying a BMW M4, man. The car is nice as hell, and I wanted to see how it set itself apart from the in-game to the IRL perspective, man. So I'm actually really excited for, the first time to really be able to drive a car that I drove in real life in-game and really kind of give my thoughts and first impressions on this. We're going to be driving the M4. We have a 3-liter inline-6 twin-turboed 431 brake horsepower for today, and we're going to combine this with a nice little cruise to start us off, man. We're on Lake Louise Racing Highway Loop. It's a big track, so we can stretch the legs of the M4 and just throw it around, and I think we're going to finish it off with a nice little downhill section or hill climb. I haven't decided yet, but ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to keep seeing Assetto Corsa, don't forget to slap that like button. Alright, our first run with the M4 since the thermal racetrack. Now, I gotta be honest, man, I don't remember the M4 being this throaty on the exhaust. It does sound like a beast. You can actually hear the twin turbos as well as backfire. I didn't really hear either of those when I was in the car. Maybe I did, I just don't really remember. It was a lot of things going on, man. Being on the track for the first time, I gotta say I had an absolute blast, and I did a lot better than what I expected I was gonna be doing. Now, the driving instructor had a lot to do with that, and they actually were pretty much allowing us to follow the instructor about 2 to 3 lengths, and what would happen is, if we could keep up with that instructor, then they would know that we could push it even harder. So it was definitely a unbelievable experience. I never thought that we were going to be allowed to push the cars as hard as we did out there, and I gotta say, the M4 though, it almost sold me, man. I was pretty close to coming home, until I read the $64,000 to $80,000 price tag, and then I was like, okay, man, come back down to reality real quick. But this is definitely a car that I can see myself driving hands down, and I gotta be honest though, the paddles were super satisfying when we were out there driving all the cars for the days. If you guys don't know, I went on the Michelin Pilot Experience, and they let us drive some unbelievable supercars out there. Oh my god. We didn't drop tires though. That's the one thing that we didn't do. Now, there was one spot on the track where I got a little bit nervous with, and that was on the back stretch on the braking section coming in, and we got a little bit hairier there, man. I came in underneath a little bit more speed than I was expecting, and essentially what ended up happening was I braked and slightly turned in a very, very minute bit, and obviously you're not supposed to be braking and turning in at the same time underneath heavy braking, and the rear end got a little bit swirly. I let off, let the tires regrip traction, and we were right back in it. But it was definitely a situation where it shook me a little bit, man. I was like, holy shit, we got it though, man. I held on, I just kind of let off a little bit, pedaled, and then we were good to go. But it happened in a split second, and that's how fast it is. But it was definitely a crazy experience, man. Being in that car for 6 to 7 laps, I gotta be honest with you, I was sweating at the end of it, man. I was definitely hot as shit being in there, and I don't know how the NASCAR drivers do it, man. Doing that for like 400 or 500 laps sometimes, that is, oh my god, where are we going? Okay, we're just gonna go this way first. Yep, excuse me. What the hell's over here anyways? Oh shit, okay, yep. Just Dukes of Hazzard right into the highway section. God damn. See if we can get back up here. Oh, this is gonna be dope. Oh! Alright, I think I missed the on-ramp. I think that's a given, unless, oh no, we are on the on-ramp. Hell yeah, man. Okay. We're gonna maybe do something that we weren't able to do down there. We're gonna yank this handbrake, freestyle the shit out of this highway, but we can't go this way, so that's a disappointment. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm still on my PC only rig, so the handbrake is not here, man. We're running with only a little button for the handbrake, and we're gonna stretch some legs on this M4. 170. I do believe I hit 5th gear on the backstretch, and we were flying, man. I mean, I'm doing 220 right now, but, you know, out there, it was absolutely ridiculous on how fast we were going down that backstretch. And I mean, it was just a fantastic day, man. And for, you know, for anybody that hasn't drove a track day situation, and, you know, as soon as you get to experience a track first time, it is addicting as shit, man. I know a lot of you guys are saying right now, well, Slap, how does it compare to your games, man? Well, it doesn't compare because there's so many things at play. You know, obviously, yes, you know, the steering wheel and all that stuff is very, very similar. But, you know, there's a whole different environment. There's a whole different kind of atmosphere being involved in, you know, an actual situation and being able to, you know, properly handle the vehicle and, you know, to understand that there's no second chances out there. But, you know, the G-forces added into the mix and all that stuff, it was just absolutely crazy. But I gotta say, though, the steering response on the M4 was unbelievable out there. And I mean, like I said, the actual instructor, I did not think that we were going to be holding a lot of those corners, and we just gripped and we held. And there was a spot almost like this corner right here where there was 3 other cars that we ended up catching up to and passing on the outside line, man. They were on the outside and we passed them on the inside, and it was a crazy feeling knowing that, you know, our tires were just gripping and we were able to just pass them pretty much no sweat. But it was a beautiful track. There was a lot of corners, there were a lot of sections on there, and it was a blast, man. You know, the track couldn't have been better. We really got to push the cars, and there was a nice little kind of hairpin style, not a hairpin exactly, but we were able to drop it all the way down to 2nd gear on there. There was a few tight chicanes on the thermal track, but it was just a beautiful racetrack, man. It was my first time ever being there, and, you know, ever being on a track as well too, and I just absolutely loved every minute of it. I'd love for you guys to share your, oh my god, we didn't touch the wall, we didn't touch it. I'd love for you to share your driving experiences at the track for the first time down in the comments section. I definitely love to go through those, but, you know, just let me know what you guys were driving, what track, and how'd you like it, how'd you do. But I think I'm hooked, man. I definitely think I do. We're doing 202 down this backstretch. We're just gonna chill out here because I don't know really what's ahead, and thankfully we did, because rails, man, we had guardrails coming up. We're gonna throw this, try to. Oh, you son of a bitch. Nope, nope, nope. We got her, we got her. Oh, I got you, girl. Jeez, man, thing got hectic. We got a little bit of bump on that, and we just ended up flying. All right, here we go. Oh, we're good, man. I cannot believe how good this PC wheel actually feels, though. It's absolutely ridiculous. Save it! We did bring the tires down to, I believe, street tires. They're not on the semi-slicks like we were given right off the starting gate, and I just wanted to see how the streets were going to compare to the slicks. But, you know, I definitely enjoy this car for what it is, and I would not mind having one in my garage. But I mean, like I said, though, the only problem that I had with this M4 was the fact that, you know, it just wasn't as loud as I was hoping it was going to be, man. That was really the only thing. I mean, it was ripping, and I really cannot wait to watch the, you know, the footage back, because I haven't got to see anything yet. And that's really the only thing that sucks right now, is I haven't got to see anything from in the car. But, you know, it was definitely a beast, man. It definitely was. And we also have the heads-up display on there as well, too. So that's really damn cool to see that. But just the M4, you know, the BMW in general, first time really getting to drive a BMW aggressively. And I think I'm sold, man. It's definitely a monster. Now, instead of the Toge, I figured we're going to come to Black Cat Country for a few reasons. One, we haven't ran this in a long time, and I ran this a couple nights ago to realize it's a nice-ass track, man. This is actually a really nice track. We got some really high-speed bends on here, and this is going to really put the TSPC Racer to the test, and this is really what this wheel was designed for, was for these longer, tight corners. So we're going to definitely be having some fun on here, and I'll see you guys on the track. All right, we're here. Black Cat Country, man. This map came in, and I think I really kind of just slept on this map. I really did. I really didn't give it too much attention. But, you know, now that we can actually see where we're going for the first few runs, I think that's definitely going to be a big aid and, you know, really enjoying a track. And, you know, if you haven't ran a track for the first time, you know, don't be afraid to put the map on. Nobody's going to be judging you if you have your map on for the first few. But I feel, though, you know, after you really kind of memorize the maps, or, you know, if you're really getting comfortable, challenge yourself and bring off the map, man. You know, have some fun and really experience it for what it is. We're just going to get this sideways just a little bit here. Okay. Those corners will do it, man. Those are beautiful corners to do that with. And a nice nice little slalom right here. This actually honestly reminds me of the thermal track. It really does. It had a very kind of similar section to it. Now, I didn't want to go into oncoming, but we did. We could have died, but we didn't die because we're on the track. We're going to throw it and see what happens. Oh, shit. I saved it, don't. Just a little bit off the track, man. Nothing crazy. Alright, here we go. Nice long corner right here. We're going to be able to stretch the legs for damn sure. Maybe I'll throw it out. I doubt it. Screw it. Oh, that's a rock. Oh my god, that would have been terrible. Whew. I had to drop a gear, man. I dropped it, picked it back up to speed. We're going to get a little bit of aero on that jump. Okay. We are moving. 220. Cut this apex close. Holy shit. Alright, we got a tight ass corner coming up right here. We're good, we're good. The brakes though, man, are fantastic. We were full lock. I could not do a damn thing about it. Oh! I gotta say though, being back here in the driver's seat of the M4, it's so surreal knowing that, you know, we just drove this at the track, no less, beating the shit out of this thing, dropping gears, and just having fun as shit, man. Now, I mean, it's just crazy. I'm going to be doing this with a few other cars as well, too, that I did drive down there. The R8, the Ferrari California. This game doesn't offer all the cars, but I can definitely do a few of those machines that we did drive down there. And oh, yep. Okay. Didn't want to lose the entire thing, though. God damn. Alright guys, we're going to roast one more set of tires out here, and I think that is going to pretty much do it on this final lap here. But, you know, I just had an absolute blast coming back to a car that I drove at the track, at the thermal racetrack no less, in Palm Springs. And, you know, being able to kind of explain to you how it felt and then comparing it now to the game, it's very, very, you know, kind of unique. It's exciting, and I definitely would love to do more of these. But, you know, if a trip like that comes up again, you damn well know I will be agreeing to that so quick. But, you know, I feel though I got the bug again, man. You know, I had it when I went with Ryan Turk, but it wasn't as, you know, kind of present because I didn't get to drive the vehicle. Now, obviously being able to drive cars at the track and really getting to stretch the legs of the cars, you know, just aggressively drive cars as well too. I want to continuously do that, man. So I'm definitely excited for this year ahead. I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, Slap, man, you need to get the car first and all that stuff. I know this. I understand. You know, it all happens in a process. So, you know, we have big things coming. Definitely sit tight because it is happening. I'm very excited to, you know, to be showing you guys what's coming up on the channel. But, you know, it just will happen in due time. So please be patient with me. But, you know, I got to say, though, this M4 is something special. If you have not driven it in-game, highly recommend driving it in-game. But it was nothing but fun at the track, man. I had a blast, and definitely, like I said, it put the paddle shifters on the map for me. Because, yes, I've driven the paddles in-game like this, but never in real life. And I gotta say, man, they were super satisfying. Definitely something that I can, you know, see myself driving with in the near future. But the biggest thing that I can kind of say to you guys, you know, comparing this to the real world experience, the speed on games does not justify itself right now. We're doing 180K. I mean, yes, it looks like it kind of, but you know, it's nothing like you would find, say, in the actual situation. So just be careful if you guys, you know, think that you are invincible at the track. You're definitely not. Just be careful. And, you know, just have yourself a good day at the track, man. But I had a blast for today. We're coming into the last couple corners here that I want to run at the Black Cat. We're going to see if we can get this a little bit sideways. I highly doubt it. See what we can do here. Once we get through these nice little twisties up top, then we're going to probably call this a day, man. If there's any cars that you would like to see driven in the game or track combinations, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below. My feedback on the TSPC Racer stands, man. This is an incredible wheel. I definitely recommend it, especially for somebody that is looking to get into a sim rig on the PC only. This will definitely do that for you. It is a little bit more of a pricier route, but I feel that if you want that experience of a sim rig, it is definitely worth the value of the money, man. But that is just my thoughts comparing it to the TX Racer that I do own. But, you know, I definitely did enjoy this rim. Oh, don't you dare. Oh, my God. No. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to pretty much do it for this episode here on Assetto. We're going to throw this out the last couple corners down this Black Cat Hill. I definitely had a blast. Hopefully you guys did as well too. We're just going to full throttle this thing down the hill, man. Beat the shit out of this second gear, hopefully. Handbrake it. Yup. Oh, man, and she's absolutely gorgeous, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All of which are found down below in the description box. Don't forget to slap that like button. We just wall tap the shit out of that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's what a slap train. I'm out. Peace.